Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to the Zephyrs Achievement Race. We have spawned into a brand new world. After our last adventures in this series, we have a lot of new adventures to be had because today, let's see what the wheel shall decide for us. Okay, very exciting. Okay, which will it be? Okay, this is interesting. I don't think we've done this one before. Have a full stack of wheat. Now you would think, not too difficult. That is kind of the point of this challenge. Nothing really is too difficult, but it is interesting because how are we going to go about this? What is our strategy going to be? I think we could start, planting, gathering our seeds, and maybe spending a night killing some skeletons. But I think that's not the best strategy. I think it'll be quicker if we find a village. Because wheat takes a very long time to grow when you're waiting for it to grow, is what I've learned, because for one of these challenges I have to make a cake, for which I also need wheat, and that also takes forever, and that's only, I think, 3 pieces of wheat, so if I need a whole stack, I think we have a higher chance of finding a villager in that time, or a village, I suppose, and hoping that that village has wheat. Now, we do look like we're in a plains biome, so obviously I'm gonna keep, collecting seeds while I'm here in case it appears that we're never going to find a village. But I think in the grand scheme of things, all we really have to do is find a little bit of a village. I think that is going to be our best bet. But hi, welcome. My name is Zephyrs, and I came up with a bunch of different quick Minecraft challenges that I can do that just allow me to kind of play Minecraft in a way I wouldn't normally, because I wouldn't, normally load up a world and immediately think, how am I going to get a stack of wheat? Instead, I would probably, chop down a tree, go get some iron. But iron isn't going to help us in this challenge. Oh my goodness. So I think it'll be better if we just find ourselves a village, right? And that is the purpose of these challenges. It allows me to play Minecraft in a way I wouldn't normally, and that way I get to experience Minecraft in a way I wouldn't normally. And it has already taught me so many different things. I feel a lot more prepared for trying to figure out where villages are. A jungle is not very good for us, neither is a mesa. I love the mesa biome, a big fan of the mesa biome, but not when it comes to finding villages, I'm afraid. So what am I gonna do about this? Yeah, the mesa is no good for us whatsoever. I've never really seen a mesa this close to spawn before. Like, obviously everything is possible in Minecraft, but I feel like I usually have to walk quite far before I find a mesa, so this is really interesting to me. But I'm not complaining. It is a fun biome. It is not useful to my challenge. Actually, I am complaining. I need a village, because before we're able to get any sort of wheat, we're gonna have to wait a while, and I don't think I want to be doing all that, so I think a village is still the best bet. Just because I think otherwise we're guaranteed for it to take at least a day and a night cycle if I can get enough seeds planted before then and get enough bones to make bone meal. So I think it's generally like at least a day and night cycle, if not longer. Whereas if I find a village, right, whenever that happens, I could in theory have a stack of wheat in seconds. We're just not in a good biome. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've never spawned in less of a good biome for this. Like, I feel like I usually am surrounded by plains for like ever, but now we're in a jungle. Where was this type of luck when I was looking for jungle trees in my last video? I had to walk like 15,000 blocks to find jungle trees then. Why am I just surrounded by them right now? I don't need jungle. There's no jungle village, I think. And either way, I don't think a jungle village would have wheat. I think it would have melons. So I need to get back to the plains biome, the regular tree forests. Let me actually grab some melons. I think it's better food than this raw food will be. Perfect time. Just as I'm hungry. It's not the best food, but it is better than no food. Actually, I have an axe. What am I doing? But yeah, I wonder if this is the better way to go about this challenge. I think logically it is, otherwise I wouldn't have picked it. Because I do truly think waiting for wheat to grow is going to take longer, depending on how quickly I can find this village. right? If it takes me several Minecraft days to find a village, then yeah, maybe it would have been better to plant. But sometimes you have to take a risk, and I think this is high risk, high reward. Hopefully. Because it'll all pay off, and then I'll have this village found in no time and the challenge will be achieved. But I think that is probably the best way for us to go about this. You know, it's only a stack of wheat. One village should get us everything we need. If that village exists. And this is just the world's worst spawn. Oh my goodness. You know? Maybe it all just isn't going to work out for me. What are we going? There's no village in this whole island. Also, why are we in an island? Let's start there. This is clearly an island, like I can see the water edge everywhere. Why did we spawn on the tiniest island ever? And why is there no village on this whole island? I'm by myself out here. I'm gonna have to craft a boat to travel to new lands, which is going to take me forever. That tree looks majestic in the distance. Yeah, there's no other option, I think. We're gonna have to get out of here. Let's just make sure we don't fall to our death first. What can I do? I don't think I'm gonna make that jump. Let's just walk a little. I think I can make that jump. Okay, there we go. Let's quickly craft ourselves a boat. And then let's see if we can find like a plains biome just anywhere. This is actually insane. I didn't think it would be this difficult for us to find a village. I mean, I'm complaining. It's been 6 minutes. We're not even through to the first night. We can always pivot and sleep, not sleep on the first night, and instead fight some skeletons and hope for the best. And then if we get enough skeletons, we're able to deal with that in the next day, plan our stuff anyway. But what a awesome biome to spawn in for anything but this challenge. Like, the mesa is still ongoing. This is crazy. I enjoy the seed if it weren't for the challenge that I'm trying to do. Why are we just surrounded by the desert and the mesa? And where is my just plains biome? Do we think this plains biome lives on? Oh, I think that's a village. I think those are lights from a village. Okay. Okay. You know what? Maybe this seed is actually kind of awesome. I not only get to enjoy the mesa, but I see hay bales. So we can actually maybe get this done within the first night. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Okay, there's 9 in one of these. So surely we have enough. There we go. That timer is a little bit hard to see. Let me move it. In just about 7.5 minutes, we have achieved what we've always dreamed of achieving. And that is, of course, getting a full stack of wheat. Sure, we had to do a little bit of travel to get here. I think, honestly, I had the good approach. I was questioning it there for a second. You know, do I want to actually do this way? Do I want to maybe grab, I don't know, just start planting everything? But eventually, I think this is quicker. I think we would still be waiting right now if we had planted stuff. So I definitely don't regret my decision of doing all this. But now we have a stack of wheat. We are in a village. We are in a mesa biome. And life is kind of epic and awesome, I will not lie. What a wonderful, wonderful place to be. I think I had a good strategy, like I said. I do wonder if there was a different strategy I could have tried that would have been better somehow. Of course, there's always, you know, hoping that it works out if we plant it and it just kind of grows magically, but I don't think that was ever really going to happen. At least in a quicker way than it has happened right now. But this village came in clutch. That little light fixture over the horizon was the first thing I saw, and I went, maybe not all hope is lost. Within one Minecraft day is honestly quite impressive. And we got quite lucky, because this looks like it's kind of a tiny village. There's like 3 houses out here. The hay bales that we broke look to be some of the only hay bales out here. So for how small this village was, we definitely got quite lucky. honestly, like, now that I'm looking around here, we got very lucky. There's nothing out here. But let's have a quick nap here. And now you see what is the fun part of this achievement race, right? Last 2 videos, we were trying to get the one achievement of getting every single overworld sapling, and it ended up taking me over 2 hours. And then today, we get another random achievement, and it ends up taking us less than 10 minutes. And both are fun, both allowed me to play Minecraft in a different way and think, how can I best go about this? And both were just a good time. And you know what? This spawn, it's growing on me. Yes, it was a little bit annoying trying to find a village while I was surrounded by desert and mesa. It was not ideal to this challenge, but I feel like I usually have to travel quite far. Oh my goodness. To find myself, spawner there, epic mob farm right here. These can funnel into one. Have built with one of these before, not in a abandoned mine shaft though. Oh my goodness. What was I saying? You know, I have no idea what I was saying. That's a creeper. Maybe the spawn was growing on me. I don't really remember where I was going, but I usually have to walk quite far to find a desert or a mesa. That's where I was. And so it's kind of nice, just kind of have it like right next to spawn. Sometimes, because I know Minecraft, obviously, random generation, anything can happen, but I feel like I tend to have the same type of spawns, which I think it's also just kind of like a bias effect of me remembering I'm always spawning in like a plains biome or a forest or the ice spikes, and so since I never really spawn in a desert, maybe it doesn't catch my attention when it does, but I feel like I rarely spawn in a mesa or a desert biome, and they're usually far away from spawn, so kind of spawning here was kind of interesting and fun. For any other challenge, it would probably have been fine, but to try and find a village with wheat growing in it in the desert is a little bit more difficult. But it is beautiful out here. Honestly, one of my favorite Minecraft biomes, I will not lie. And I'm kind of just walking and talking, because that's what Minecraft is good for, walking and talking. And sometimes I just want to take a little time playing Minecraft and just saying hi. How are you, you know? I make all of these videos. And maybe, just maybe, I want to make a little video like this one today, where maybe I do awesome at the challenge, and then I can just run around aimlessly in Minecraft, breaking little dead bushes and saying hello. But I hope you're doing wonderfully. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you attempt this, what your time is, and if you do attempt this or maybe don't, what would your strategy be? Would you, like me, try and find a village, hoping, you know, to beat the odds of finding a village and have that be your time? Or would you rather plant it and know that it'll take a little bit longer, but, you know, maybe you spawn next to a skeleton spawner? Or are there any spawnable structures that tend to have a lot of bones in them or bone meal? Would you go into the nether and hope for bone blocks? That's another strategy, I think, because bone blocks can be turned into bone meal, I think. But they can't be turned into bones. It was something like that. I know bone blocks can't be turned into one of the two. That could be a strategy, I suppose. I tend to avoid the nether at all cost. It scares me. Don't love the nether. A lava pool there. But look at this generation. It is so fun out here. But I think I had a pretty good strategy. I really did get there quite quickly in one Minecraft day, you know? There's just a random pumpkin down there. In one Minecraft day, it's not too bad. I think we got it done, and we got it done quickly, and we got it done nicely. And now I'm stuck in the mountains. Oh, there's more pumpkins. Okay, it wasn't just one lonely pumpkin guy. I like all the new little things in the desert and dry places. They're fun. Big fan. Ooh, nice colored sheep. These are the warmer biome colors. But yeah, this just goes to show how kind of luck-based it all is, because last challenge I had to look for hours and hours to find, you know, the warm biomes, the jungle, the mesa. And this time I spawned in them. And they were next to the colder biomes, right? So you never quite know. how lucky or unlucky you will be that day. But I think for today, we were quite lucky. We got this challenge done. And you know what, I'll speak for myself. I had a good time doing it. I enjoyed my time playing Minecraft. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. If you have any ideas for any other challenges, you know, like this one or like the one where I tried to find all the saplings that can either take, you know, a little while or get done relatively quickly, depending on your luck or your skill, anything like that, definitely let me know, because I'm always trying to add new ideas and new challenges into the wheel, because you never know what the wheel will decide is to be my fate for that day. But today, I got a nice one. I think we got quite lucky with our spawn. I think we had a good strategy. I've learned through these adventures that it takes a while for wheat to grow. I also feel like the first growth cycle for some reason takes a lot longer than the following ones. I feel like once wheat is growing, it tends to just kind of grow somewhat rapidly. But that first cycle just tends to take forever, so I knew that that wouldn't be my preferred strategy going into this. But other than that, right, I haven't done this challenge before, I think. And so it's quite nice to kind of get to try and see if my strategy works, because sometimes you think you have a great strategy and it'll all work out and then it doesn't. So I think, you know what, I did a good little challenge. I had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. Do you think this portal is completable? This is the most completable portal I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. And just so many golden carrots. Whoa. And lodestones. I still don't have any clue how to use lodestones. I say, you know, I will avoid the nether at all costs. Actually, we have nothing to light this with. So actually, I guess we'll have to leave it behind. But this now is a completed portal. So any speedrunners out there, other than, you know, having no lights in there, this would have been a nice little find. But that's the fun of Minecraft Worlds. You never quite know what you're going to find, so I think we're quite lucky in that regard. I will leave you here with this backdrop, because what is Minecraft but whatever I want it to be? You know, sometimes I start sentences and I have no idea where the sentence is going, but I think this is enough Minecrafting in this world for one day. We've achieved our challenge and we have explored the world surrounding me, because I just thought it was too beautiful of a spawn area not to walk around for a little while. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I do always appreciate all of your support, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon in this world or the next. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye!